So, very welcome to another P&T Tea Talks. My name is Eduardo from Paper and Tea, and today we are actually trying the last of our herbals, the last of the bundle we have online. We've created this care package that has 5 different herbals with a really nice price, so you can actually go through quarantine and go through isolation with this little help, or you can also gift it to whoever you want. So we tried pure herbal, so most of them were pure. We tried peppermint, we tried, sorry, it was Moroccan mint we call it, which is spearmint actually. We tried ginger, we tried hibiscus. Yesterday we were having green rooibos, or green version of the traditional rooibos. And today we are going to blend. So the last of the herbals we included in this bundle, it's a mix, is a blend of herbals, which is interesting because the art of mixing has been, it started a long time ago in Asia, in China. They mostly started adding flowers to the tea. And then eventually in Europe, it became something very fashionable, very trendy. So European tea houses started making blends and mixing tea with other things, with fruits, with flowers. And then eventually that also moved into herbals, okay? So because we can mix different things, as long as we have tea in the blend, we will still call it tea. If that doesn't have tea, then we will refer to it as herbal. So whatever doesn't come from the Camellia sinensis plant, we will be talking about a herbal. They also call it botanicals, tisanes, there are several names. And then we can have them pure, as the ones that we've drunk throughout the week, and we can have a blend. So today we're actually going to present to you our most popular herbal blend. It's actually one of our best sellers. Let me introduce to you our top of the day. So this is actually a herbal you really want to have to give you like a little push during the day. It gives you like a really nice kick, some really nice energy. I'll go ahead and start brewing it because, as we've mentioned already, herbals usually we require higher extractions, very intense extractions. So for that, when we're talking about extractions, we're mostly talking about higher temperatures in the water. So I'm actually using 95 Celsius degrees right now with this one. And then we also talk about long infusion times. So the longer we let it steep and the higher the temperature, the easier it gets to extract different compounds. Okay, so one key thing from herbals, most of the herbals, they don't have caffeine, which is something some people like and some people don't like because it depends on how sensitive you are to caffeine, your approach to it. So some people love caffeine and you're looking for things that have caffeine and have that kick. And then some people are extremely sensitive, so they try to avoid it. So in this case, we have just herbals. They don't have any caffeine, but it still gives you a kick because it has a nice mix. Let me introduce to you and tell you a little bit what we have in this top of the day, which is this blend. It's a herbal blend. The idea when we mix, the origins of mixing, first were to create consistency in the teas. Eventually, it was to sometimes hide defects that we might find in teas. But nowadays, this style of blends that we see around are sort of like an art, it's an artistic expression. You want to mix different aromas, different flavors, and come up with something different. So I add this and this, I put it together, and then I have a third aroma, third flavor. Okay, and then one of the things that we usually look for in a blend is that beside smelling very nicely, tasting very nicely, they also have to look very pretty. Okay, because it becomes very attractive. So it's not just a thing about what you drink, but also what you look. It looks very, very beautiful. So actually, this is, I think we have a really good result here. This is a blend that has lemongrass, it has mint, spearmint, it has some apple pieces, it has hibiscus, and it also has rosebell. Okay, so it has these like freshness, menthol, a little bit tangy notes of mint, this citrusy, very pungent note from lemongrass. It has a sweetness of apple pieces, apple bits, and then also a little like flowery notes with the roses. And then it will, of course, at the end you can actually see the hibiscus, because the hibiscus give this really awesome, cool red color, right? So we've seen it. Of course, the amount of hibiscus here is not as much as what we did a few days ago, because we tried hibiscus, because it's part of the bundle, but it gives this really, really intense. That was because it was pure hibiscus, but here we managed to mix it, and here it's actually ready. So this one we just let it steep for about 3 minutes. If you want something a bit more intense, you can let it steep longer. Okay, so in that case, since herbals do not have caffeine, usually taste bitter. Okay, so that's why for herbals it's very, like, you can let it steep longer and it won't get bitter, so it will just get more intense. Since I'm brewing with very hot water, I'm waiting a little bit before, and I'll go explore what we see here. Here it's always so like the mint hit me right in. So here you can see a little bit. It's cool to always have a look at the ingredients, because they have this way different appearance from what we see when they are dry. But here I can smell. Oh, there is a very I like this blend because it has, well, I love hibiscus. I think I mentioned that at the hibiscus session. It's really nice, and then it has this very nice mix. It's a very well balanced blend in terms of flavors. And so we have the sour from hibiscus, we have the sweetness from the apple, we have this a complex aroma in terms of citrusy, menthol, flowery, fruity, which makes it actually very cool. That's one of the good things about mixing different ingredients. In this case, we don't have any flavoring, so it's just a blend. We just mix different pure ingredients. We didn't add any flavor or any aroma to it. Everything we feel, it's like just this mix of ingredients. And the same way you usually, when we talk about herbals and how herbals can have some benefits from for our health, like mint being a very good digestive, or hibiscus having a very high vitamin C concentration, and so on. When we have a blend, we get a little bit of everything. Of course, not at the same scale, because it's just a proportion of the whole thing, and it's not 100% hibiscus. It's just a little bit, a few percent. But I'm still extracting, and all this goes together, and it helps ourselves. Okay, so let me see. I think this is, we like burn or not. Let me see. I'll try it. So it has a very nice color, kind of like pinky reddish, kind of like cherry, like a cherry color. And then and this is because we have this component the hibiscus that give a little bit of red, so it gives a little bit of color to this. So it's actually a very nice color. It has a really, you can actually feel all these different flavors. Like you can experience the freshness that I was talking about, the mint. So it's right there. There is the acidity. Usually the acidity we kind of feel like inside. It makes you salivate a little bit. And then it has like sort of sweetness. If I'm slurping, if you're new and you're watching this for the first time, that's something I do. I usually do. But it's usually just to perceive the aromas and flavors. In terms of body, with herbals, it's really hard to find a very full-bodied infusion, so it's always kind of like in the light side. So it still remains light, but then it has all these very interesting, very funny. It's actually super refreshing, this. It's very springy, so I think this is like the right time to drink it, even if it's hot, because I've just brewed at 100, but still like the mint, the lemongrass add this freshness that actually makes it very good for this time. And you can also, this is also a variety, just as we spoke about hibiscus, this is also kind of thing that you would like to do a cold brew, like just add, like if you want to do a little, you can have a jar, a liter of water, add about 10 grams of this, like 5 teaspoons or something like that. Let it overnight, and then the next day you'll have something super refreshing, like sort of like, well, it's a cold herbal, which is actually nice. So let's see if you have any doubts. I would love to hear some insights. if you like herbals, if you like blends in general. I'll go also read a little bit what are you drinking, because we usually like to do that. When are you going to upload the next tea talk? I unfortunately missed lap. What is lap? Is that La Panciansters maybe? I think we did it. Yes, we're hopefully we're doing another one today, tomorrow. As I was mentioning, it takes a little bit because actually I can't. I had to convert them. It has like a weird thing, and it takes a couple of hours for it to get done. So we are just able to do one a day, but we will get there. We'll eventually have them all online. So far I think we're at MySpeak, so we will keep uploading them. But you can always go to Instagram TV. So if you haven't seen the previous one, you can go there and check them all. Or you can at least, if there is a tea you like, you can go and watch your favorite tea. Also happy if you leave a comment, if you like it, if you share it, of course, why not? Then we have P&T sending a little hand. Hello, hello. Got that one at home. Love it, so fresh. Yeah, I like. As I said, you already know me. I'm not a fan of herbal in general, so I'm not. I'm usually most about tea, but this one is actually very nice. Light, is easy to drink, and then it's very refreshing as well. For this time of the year, it's actually very, very nice. So salut Dani Mashallah. Salut Joanna Campos, little hand. Very nice herbals also is chamomile, lemon verbena, oregano, thyme, mountain tea, linden, flowers. Dittany, very famous in Greece. They may help boost the immune system. Yeah, I think actually to drink different, that was a huge selection of herbals. I think to keep a mix of them and drinking, it's like drinking tea for me. It's not like I'm just gonna have green tea. I'm gonna have all of them. So a little bit of these, a little bit of that. I start with these, I follow with that. Same thing you can do with the herbals. You can like play around, and they have all these very different aromas and flavors, which makes them very interesting. So it changes if you have to stay home, and then your routine becomes like so tiring that you're always doing the same and you're not going that much outside. At least you change the tea that you're drinking, or at least even the herbal. That will make the day a little bit more exciting. Thank you very much for joining today. Tomorrow I'm going back to tea, so I'm super happy. We'll be drinking something. I'll let you know tomorrow, okay? But take care, stay home, stay healthy, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.